eclectic method.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Until their client either buys or fucking dies!
Sober. Fucking sucks.
It does suck, man. Hate being sober. Fucking hate it. How we doing, guys? Friday. It's Good Friday. Great Friday.
Happy Friday.
Great Friday to you, fellas.
How we doing?
Good. We got a squad today. We got a full team. Who do we got here? The great Henry the fucking Grape. Peter on fire.
Hi.
Yojo's here. And the legend, Biggie motherfucking Poppins, joining us today. It's good to see all of you. What's good? What's good in this hood? It's good.
I feel like there's too many of us. We're all too worried, of jumping on each other's toes of talking.
Yeah.
So I think if we throw to each other, happy Friday, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm really happy
Friday.
to be here. It's good to see everybody. Joe, how are you feeling?
I'm mad. I'm still mad about before the show started.
Which
I'm
was
still mad. Well, I was trying to get one simple question answered because I wanted to make money. And then Peter's chirping in like a fucking asshole, like a little Tweety bird fucking asshole. Yoda's trying to make bits. I'm like trying to get this MFer base token coin, and I was asking Biggie about it, and Peter wants to know the name, and I'm like, can I please get the fucking information to buy the goddamn thing? But Peter's like, I really just want to know the name, and I'm like, well, can't we find out until I make money or whatever? But so that's.
It was like that weird situation where you miss the name of whatever somebody's talking about, and then it feels like everyone's deliberately not saying the name of it. Like if you walked in on two friends talking about a movie.
Yeah, I know.
And I was just like, what movie are you talking about? It's like, yeah. And then the bit with that happened. And I'm like, yeah, what movie are you talking about? It's like, no one would do it.
It's rude. It's rude for me to not turn to you and address you, but it was
also rude for me to just jump in and be like, what's the name of the coin you're talking about? Like, I could have done it better. So I
to set the
apologize.
stage as far as what that even was, apparently there's a big meme coin that dropped on base, and it actually is kind of one of those, it's tied to a really great Ethereum project. So we were all ready to FOMO into it, and you got one person asking, where do I buy it? And the other asking, what's the name? And then somebody else saying, what's the contract address? And somebody else saying, what are we even talking about? And someone else saying, we got to go live, guys. That's what just took place about 5 minutes ago. Now you're all up to speed. Do we all want to degen into this token right now together? I think we do.
I don't anymore. I don't. I feel like it's the moment is gone, and now I shouldn't do it. I think like fate stepped in and said, Joe, it's definitely not going to work out for you. So,
well, could we start with okay, so Biggie's the one who brought us this alpha. Biggie, could you tell, like, do you have the contract address? Do you have some stuff we could pull up and show? You're muted, by the way, my friend. My beautiful.
No, just let him go.
Sweet. Yeah,
let him go. You can't hear us either.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear us, but
This is the real alpha.
we don't hear you. You're muted.
Instead, I'm going to drop my wallet address.
I got it.
Send there.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I'll send some.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat. The contact address, the deck screener link.
Oh, beautiful.
NFA DYOR folks, please, please, please. This is not financial advice. I honestly felt like I came in late to it. That's what I was complaining about, right, Huda? That I was like, damn, because I was in these spaces and everything, I missed it.
Yeah.
Regardless, I aped in a little just to be along for the ride. But obviously, like the life-changing gains is what I've yet to hit on with one of these fucking shitters. But
I mean,
that's the life of just degenning. But always, size correctly, something you're, willing to lose and okay losing.
So set this up. This is called MFer, and you'd be safe if you guessed that this is actually from the MFers, like the real MFer project on Ethereum.
Satoshi, yeah. I think Satoshi and Dark Farms working together here.
That's crazy.
So I mean,
damn,
it could be, I don't know, like people are like, oh, it's the BOEM of base and blah blah blah. So I was like,
market cap's already 135 mil. Did you guys see the other meme coin that probably should pop off on base and it hasn't yet? It's got like an 11 mil market cap. It is Coinye. Did you guys see that one?
No.
Yeah. Coinye,
man, but Kanye is not a thing anymore.
No. But the reason why Coinye
ruined his life.
Yeah, but listen. Coinye is technically the second ever meme coin. It was created after Doge, so it's actually technically a very early one. It was revived here on base. So interesting. 11 mil market cap. That there's an opportunity.
You still support Kanye there, Huda?
I love Kanye. I love Kanye.
Unbelievable.
How is that unbelievable? What is it about Kanye you wouldn't like?
Okay, so I don't want to get too personal. Aren't you Jewish, or were you Jewish, or grew up Jewish?
Yeah. So I go by Huda here. My real name's Yehuda. Super Jewy name. So yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe he thought that like Hitler was cool and like all that sort of stuff. I thought maybe since that happened, like you'd be like, oh, since he's against everything that I stood for and my religion, maybe I wouldn't support him anymore. I don't know.
Maybe he's just misunderstood.
Maybe.
I think it's mostly that.
I'm talking about Kanye here, not anyone else.
Oh, okay. I mean, look. There's no single person in this world that I agree with everything they say. Everybody says awful shit. And I don't have to love that part about him.
Did you hear? I forgot who it was on Joe Rogan. They were talking about Kanye.
Okay.
It was actually a Jew that was talking with Joe Rogan, and he said Kanye is misunderstood. Kanye, in what he's talked about with, like, let's say Hitler, Jews, etc. They're like he loves everybody.
Yep.
And so the place he's coming from is love, but he gets clipped and he gets edited, and then a lot of what he's saying gets taken out of context by your favorite, by MSNBC. Your
commie bastard, Joe.
Are you kidding me? Do you think that I seen just the clip of him saying I hate it? I saw the whole fucking interview. There was no cuteness to it that was coming before or after. He said what he said. He meant what he said. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what you mean.
Joe, he's
good first 3 albums though.
Great, sure.
No, great first 3 albums, and everything he's done has been excellent.
Through the Wire, I liked.
Through the Wire is great. I wish I could stream live here. I know on YouTube you definitely get copyrighted. But I mean, as far as Kanye goes, he says some stupid things because he just like no filter, and I love that about him. But I do think he, like puts his foot in his mouth plenty of times. But I think like if he's got a chance to reset himself and whatever, he loves everyone. And he calls out some awful shit out there.
How the fuck do you know that he loves everybody?
I listen to a lot of him talk, a lot.
By the fact that he says that he doesn't love everybody, that might be a clear giveaway that he...
That's fake news, Joe. Again, now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Fucking MSNBC.
CNN and MSNBC. And
liberal. I see it playing in the background. I see it.
Microsoft NBC. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Joe, Microsoft Joe.
Sure. Okay, man. Yeah. You believe what you believe. That's totally fine, my friend.
Here's what I'll say. Kanye, it's funny. Like, everybody thinks he's kind of crazy now. He's talked like this always.
No. Wait. Huda.
Yeah.
There is a clear distinction between pre and post Kardashian Kanye.
No.
I am convinced these freaking Gorgons are like the death knell to all male fucking people that get involved with them. Like, seriously, look at every single person that gets involved with it. It's their life story. Like, they just get wealthier and everybody else gets wrecked. It's incredible, dude. They're like the siren song, right? Like they're sexy and they got money, and so you go there like a fucking idiot, and then they just wreck your life. Like you think you can go lower.
Oh, like Travis Barker's still doing okay, isn't he?
He's done for, my friend. He signed his
done
death
for.
warrant the day he went into that household. I'm telling you, no, show me one. There's not been one.
No, I agree.
He's the sole survivor for now. And
I agree,
sir, you need to run.
Huda, I agree that.
So if Kim Kardashian calls me, I just decline the call, right? Just like,
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
We like you too much. Don't change. Yeah, no, I agree, Huda. He's been an asshole for his entire life.
Always.
Yeah, he's been a piece of trash in his entire life.
The
It's
things
not
he
just-
says now, he has said all these 15 years ago too. Like nothing he's saying now is different.
Draco
Yeah,
says, "I would
Maybe
take
it's-
my chances," and that's what Kanye said too.
Let's move
friend.
past. Can we move?
Maybe
past?
it's us
Let's
that
go.
changed. You ever thought about that? Maybe we changed.
Yeah,
Kanye's
look
always
at,
been the same. We just
guys.
changed.
Let's look at NFTs.
Right.
let's do that. Let's
What do
do
you
it.
say?
Oh yeah, right. Of course, yeah.
can't believe
Do me a
this.
favor, guys. Though, anyone watching, please do us a favor. Like it. I'm talking about the video and us, but like the video, please. Share, subscribe. You know the whole deal. I tweeted this out. I do need to send one more tweet. I'll do that after we talk a little market. Tell you what, though, market. And we're looking at the value of the market here in the forecast index. We were down in the red, actually, most of this day. Something has changed here just in the past couple hours. Up right now, 0.74%. Again, kind of surprised to see this here. Makes me instantly go over to crypto. Again, Joe loves this. Joe specifically asked for a quick deep dive into crypto. He's like, I'm a crypto guy.
I just said when we start the show, we should have a Bitcoin price, an ETH price, Sol price.
Right.
I want to know what's going on so I can relax for the rest of the show.
Okay. Well, fine. Then we'll do that, and then we're on autopilot. Bitcoin down, Joe. It's not supposed to do that. 69K.
That's a good number.
What are
At least
weekend
it's
cycles
69.
like?
Slow. It's
Slow.
usually good for meme coins, bad for what, majors?
I don't know.
Is the market like the stock market-y America thing that you guys have? Is that closed on Monday because of Easter?
Oh, yeah, for whatever.
Easter.
Yes. Yeah, I bet it
So
is.
we won't get like ETF inflow stuff.
Well, Easter, I don't know. Good Friday's not a bank holiday. I don't know that they're closed Easter.
You might be right. You might be.
It's a
right.
bank holiday in the UK. We get both. Double whammy.
Well,
I mean,
we
I don't.
separate.
but-
We separate our religion from government most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Quick look here at Ethereum, also down-ish. Just ish. I don't know. Again, it's just like this week is kind of finishing like last week finished, just kind of unremarkably. But here we are. Solana, though, doesn't give a fuck. Solana just is up only. I do love Solana. Solana's like the Kanye of crypto. Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Solana doesn't give a fuck.
Son of a
Yep.
bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, can we clip that?
No, but I like Anatoly's take better. It's like people that chew glass, right? They'll chew through fucking barbed wire if they have to. But yeah, that's how I see Solana. Those motherfuckers are gritty.
Could you
shout
say
out.
that again?
Anatoly, like in his in some of his interviews, like when they were asking him how he survived the whole FTX thing and like the bear market, and he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, like some of the people in Solana, the builders of Solana, are the grittiest people in the world. They're the type of people that will chew glass, and I think that's a great analogy. Like, yeah, like they don't fucking back down. I like that.
That's a
about 'em.
wild statement. That's I've never heard it. I dig it. I like it a lot. Okay.
You're tempted to go try it yourself now, right, Huda? Get a glass, break
I've seen
it.
people who can do
drink
it, and I
out,
respect
see
it.
what happens.
Yeah, I respect the skill.
You end up like Kanye with fucking platinum teeth.
Dude, how cool does that look? No, I'm kidding. It looks
Hideous,
so
bro.
stupid, so dumb. All right, what's moving the market here? Okay, I'm gonna give a quick disclaimer. Working still on onboarding that incredible new ink collection, so we're gonna separately look at Magic Eden for that. But right now, it's kind of the Ordinal show, the general Ordinals collection there at the top. We got those BRC20s, dude, still hanging out. What is this noise? What am I hearing?
Peter moves, and all hell
Sorry.
breaks loose.
Wow.
He's
Sorry.
got some really deep breaths going on over
All
there.
of England shakes.
I had to sit up. Apologies.
It's all good. It's all good.
He's sitting on a bag of dimes right now.
It's like sitting on his mic.
I'm sitting all the glass that Hood has been chewing.
Only thing that's standing out here actually is Mochaverse, and I think they maybe did a little talking about their token. I'm gonna do a quick dive on Twitter or X to find out about that. But yeah, Mochaverse shot up out of nowhere up to the 10 spot. So love to see that. Who's not an Animoca fan? Raise your hand. Are you shitting me?
Wow. I need to hear this one.
That's,
Right. I don't
Are we
necessarily
being
have.
serious?
I'm deadly serious. I'm deadly
Okay.
serious.
Let's hear it.
I
Oh,
don't.
Peter's with me.
Yeah, I
Yeah, let's
don't.
go.
I don't have like a massive aversion in general terms of like anything specifically that they've done. It's the ubiquitousness of them. Like any project, it felt like for a time, probably through the bear market, and then people will say like, oh, well, they helped like prop us up during the bear market. I'm sure that's the case, but it just feels like for a while there, every single project that came out was like, oh, we've got a partnership with Animoca, we've got a partnership with Animoca, and it's like, give me a break. Like,
Just spraying their seed everywhere.
and not in a fun way. Just
Yeah, no. It's like, and if you don't make it, if you don't sprout, we don't care because we planted a whole field. So I get it. It's big ag. I get it. It's their MO. But I'm entitled to not have to love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're a Hong Kong based game sort of company that shifted from software gaming to like blockchain gaming and NFTs. Is that just an idiot moment? Wanted to get everyone on the same page of what actually Animoca is before we trash them.
Hey, I'm not necessarily trashing what they're doing. I think what they're doing makes sense. There's a lot of potential. You don't know necessarily which one's going to hit, which is going to resonate with people, whatever else. You've got the capital to go and do it. Go do it. That's fine. Like, if projects that I've been a part of or been bag holders for suddenly like increase in price because they've got an Animoca partnership, I'd probably be quite happy. But yeah, it just kind of feels like it's just everywhere. It's like It feels like Sony and Microsoft just buying up all these independent game studios and gaming suffering as a result because everything just becomes so homogenous. Everything becomes really like MCUified, and I just worry about that. Like, NFTs and crypto is like the gritty, like, we're chewing glass out here, guys. Like you feel like you miss a bit of that with it.
It feels more like Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch than it does like microbrew.
A nice hazy, juicy IPA.
Or maybe you want to saddle up with a banana beer. Let's fucking go.
All right, who had 17 minutes for a Cybercoms mention?
Oh my God, that needs to happen. That's a brilliant idea, man.
Shout out to Mookie, who's watching and is chatting with me in the Discord. He's a fucking Kong's legend. He was not the one that snagged that 35 ETH VX on Ronin.
Dude, I had that in my
Dude,
notes.
hold that. We're getting to that because that is so impressive.
Oh,
I had that.
We're gonna fucking blow Joe's head off today.
Oh man, it's Kong's Friday. That's what we call this now. So here's something. This is our Animoca news. It seems. I'm going to try to zoom this in a little bit for you guys. But what I'm trying to see is if the Mocha sale is actually happening or if they're just giving some details about it. So Mocha community public sale. Yeah.
I want to say this because I like Animoca themselves, and I realize Mocha is obviously Animoca. The dudes at Mochaverse are really nice guys. For real.
Yeah, we understand what you were saying about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair critique.
Okay. Just again, skimming this. Okay, I don't think it's on sale now. It's them giving out some info ahead of time for the Mocha sale. But man, that's going to be a big token drop. We got the Wormhole token coming on Wednesday next week.
Speaking of Wormhole, I did do a little bit of not investigating into them, but there's like De Gods has a little bit of a controversy because they're getting an airdrop with the Wormhole token, right?
Okay.
And so last night, Frank was like just on fire, hair on fire, pissed off because basically like they were supposed to get an airdrop, but they announced it. There was a whole bunch of buying. There was like basically you had to bridge and hold the NFT for a specific amount of time. And if you didn't, you don't get the airdrop. So there was a bunch of action on the gods, and then a bunch of people didn't get it, even if they, held it. So it was one of those deals where like the snapshot was happening, but you didn't know the exact time, and I'm sure they weren't very clear on the details of it. And Frank is one of those founders that basically wasn't apologetic about it, but more was like, sell your fucking token if you don't like what the fuck we're doing.
Wow.
So there's a little bit of that going on, and the wormhole is the token that they were talking about, which I thought was interesting. But they're getting a free fucking airdrop and thousands of dollars worth of shit. So, you know,
Bitch.
I guess.
Don't bitch.
Floor it and get the fuck out energy.
Frank has changed.
fan
The
of
space,
that.
this space will change you. And Frank is on his. It's not his villain arc, but Frank doesn't give a fuck anymore. Which I'm glad. You shouldn't give a fuck to start with. You know, like his approach. You know, initially of trying to just do whatever anybody wanted, and now resetting their art 15 times, and like it's stupid.
So
do what you
okay.
want. Just
Hold on,
fucking do
though.
what you want. Well,
Hold
look at
on.
this. Look, just check this out. This is fucking hilarious. Cyrus. I don't know if you see this, but Frank promised us. Frank gets nothing right, by the way. That's like the most beautiful thing of this right here. Frank gets nothing right. Frank says, don't care how low it goes. It doesn't go lower. It's just, oh, that's Frank's life. Okay. Anyway, Joe, sorry.
No, it's fine. What I'm saying is that, like, as the founder of a multi-million dollar business at this point, company at this point, there needs to be, coming from a project where we dealt with a lot of this, you have to be clear and on the context of what you're giving the people and give them fair amount of time to be able to follow the rules of what's going on. With Web3, a lot of times we're just kind of like, hey, fuck it. Like, hey, man, fuck you. You're getting some free shit. Fuck it. If you don't get it, quit bitching about it. Like, in what world?
Wrong.
Okay, you'll get your. I can't wait to hear your take on this shit. But what I'm saying is that, like, a company is responsible to the holders somewhat to make it clear on the details of things that they're providing for them. Usually, Web3 might be a little bit different, but in my sense, if we move towards that direction, I think that's only going to onboard more people, which is going to be best for all of us. Yod, I'd love to hear your stupid fucking opinion on
Just
this.
wrong, bro. No. If you're talking ecosystem updates, 100% I agree with you. 100%.
Okay.
If you're talking a benefit where by releasing all of this information beforehand, you're just going to get gamed, which creates its own other set of variables. When it comes to airdrops, say nothing. Say nothing. Snapshot, do your thing, reward the people who are in the ecosystem, who are doing something not to game it, but to be a part of it, and then just let people know afterwards, this is what we did. Because as soon as you start saying, hey, if you do this, 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 and this, I don't want to say you've wrecked your project, but you've created a whole other set of variables that create hundreds of Discord support tickets.
Yes,
It's easy to just be like, this is when we did it. Here's the block. Here's who qualified. Move the fuck on. It's wormhole shit. It's not DGOD shit.
But if you basically did just that, that's fine. But if you have to bridge something, if you have to take a step beyond just being a holder, then that's what they had to do. They had to do something else. It's not just holding shit. If you're a holder of a Kong or whatever like that, and you're going to get a free airdrop, you don't have to say anything. You surprise them. You delight them. You say, here's your airdrop. Go have fun with it or whatever. But if you don't just hold the thing, but you have to bridge it to go to Wormhole, and do all that, a bunch of steps in order to get it, then you should basically tell the people that they did. I understand what you're saying because you can game the system all the times with a lot of things. But in a lot of cases, if you're taking steps to do stuff, people may have bought the gods at a high premium price. They didn't get what they thought they were buying for because it wasn't explained properly. And then a bunch of people dumped when they found out that they weren't going to get it. So they get double hammered on it.
Okay.
Can I ask a
in
quick
that
question?
context, I think you're right. But one last point. If you bought it specifically for that wormhole drop, you were dumping it anyway. Like if you bought it just for that, you are more than likely getting that and dumping it.
Probably.
But yeah, Joe, in that context,
clarity's always good, dude. Clarity's always good.
But it's not always possible.
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's it.
With our banana airdrop we did, you should have seen the amount of people that the Sybil attacks that we had, where it was literally like a wallet that was dispersing 100 transactions of 10 RON staked on our node, just trying to game it. So yeah, I agree with you, Joe. If there is something like that where you have to bridge it, I concur with your.
I think
the
what
whole
hap-
bridging stuff was Wormhole's side of things, not the gods, though, right?
but you had to do that in order to qualify for it. I'm assuming that they had an agreement together. We want your community to do this for our community. We'll reward your community for doing that. Like it's always a back and forth. And what should have happened was, and I don't work for the gods or whatever, but there needs to be a conversation internally that says, let's look at this from all angles and see what the best way to communicate this with the community is, so no one gets rugged and everyone's as fair as we possibly can. Because Biggie's right, you can't always, it's not always possible, but you have to have all angles covered, so when the complaints do come, you have a strong voice on what you're doing there. So that's kind of what I'm saying. You have to kind of do that so you're prepared for what's coming, not just say, hey, fuck you, floor it. You know what I mean? I mean, you can do that, but I don't agree with it.
Is that whole like punk rock side of things? Sorry, Biggie. Is that whole like punk rock side of things like part of the appeal to this, like to part of this space anyway, where you can just be like, nah, fuck it, like you got it for free, who cares? Like that whole vibe is part of it.
It's part of it. Yeah, it's part of it. Like whatever, anything that you got in addition to holding an NFT is sort of it's a bonus. Like if you weren't promised it, it's just a bonus. Amazed at how many people complain about things that they get basically for free, the things that are created for them just for their enjoyment, that are still just like, it's not enough.
See, I think that like with Web3, a lot of NFT, a lot of these projects right now, we're a bunch of degens that have been around that know the fucking score. I think what we're trying to do is get to a bigger place. So my inclination is to sort of lean towards making the user experience as safe and as fun as possible, where I think a lot of punk rock scene is like, hey man, you're responsible for your own shit. Like if you fuck it up, that's on you. But you know, there's so much stuff that happens that it's really difficult to not get fucked over. And I think for a normie, that's going to be really fucking hard to deal with. We have, you know, is there a responsibility from us to deal with that? I want there to be, but I don't know if there is. It's, you know,
I think especially as prices get higher and higher, then fucking up is going to be more and more costly and could put people off. But
what is a DGOT at right now? Are they like mid one range, give or take?
I think they are. In fact, if you guys keep going, I'm going to check, but
Like
I think they're around there. They've certainly fallen from their
I think
heights.
they went under an ETH for a little bit, no?
Oh, they did. I think they did at one point.
I appreciate what you're saying.
They're about 2 right now.
Like I do think community comms need a lot of improvement in this space. Having said that, like it's a very different way of going about it, right? Because you got like your social comms, you got your Discord comms, you got your private chats, you got all that other stuff. I think in this particular case, like I can almost guess what happened there. You know, like I think it was a situation maybe where Frank pulled on that lever to keep attention, to retain attention, or maybe to appease some people that might have been complaining about nothing going on. And at the moment, he didn't think too much about it, like what the particulars were going to be. And now when the time came and maybe like Wormhole wanted to have a say, because sometimes it's the other side that wants to have a say on who in your community gets that drop. That's where, you know, people get rubbed the wrong way, man. But yeah, I think like, I also agree with Henry. It's like, this is not the purpose of holding this asset. You know, like if you're holding this asset, technically, like the people that should be rewarded are the ones that are in the community, not the ones that just heard that there's going to be something to gain from it. And like you said, plan to come in and out. If you're doing that, fine. But like, if you didn't qualify, don't come bitch to the fucking founders, right? Like for not, you know, fulfilling your expectations, right? Unless, like you said, they were like very clear from the get-go, like this is it. But I don't know. I think like it's part of like the many like slings and arrows that we have to take in this space. And yeah, but we can definitely improve on comms. I agree.
Bit of Shakespeare from Biggie there. That's nice. Nice to hear.
That's what you get. That's what you get with Biggie fucking Poppins. Where was the main like FUD and like just everything that was being talked about there as far as like DGOT's holders missing out or however that worked? Was that all on Twitter? Was that in their Discord?
I'm sure it was everywhere, to be honest with you, but I was kind of going through the rabbit hole on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think that another point of FUD was that, what is it called? Like not Mad Lads or something like that. Mad Lads were getting more of an airdrop, and like people were like, I own fucking 10 to gods, and this one fucking Mad Lad's getting more of an airdrop than I am. You know, it's kind of like that whole thing. And that's where it gets a little bit like, all right, dude, you know, like I get your point, but we can't complain about every fucking thing. All I'm saying is that like comms need to be, you know, tight so everyone knows exactly what you don't buy a god. I don't give a shit. Like, sure, reward the community. We talk about community, but like that community can fucking, we've all seen communities be strong and then just change overnight just because of a floor drop. So
the word you said, Joe, that I really liked was clarity.
Clarity. Yeah. We all want
just
clarity.
Give people clarity.
Yeah. And if someone's buying and they thought they were going to, like, they shouldn't be punished for just fucking it up or whatever. I mean, if the info was out there and they didn't get it, that's on them. But, you know, I think that just needs to be clarity. And I don't know what the clarity was. So they may have got it right, but that's what I was told that the issues were, what I read. So
and maybe here's a little example up here. Somebody saying he did everything he thought he was supposed to do, right? He was in the Discord, he was doing grinding, he did some Zeely quests, he's got Utes and DGods, and he gets nothing. So
that, you know what, that community has they've had a tough go. Like Frank has had a tough go for the last like I feel like 6 months solid. That you know, on one side he's trying to build his brand, the whole DGods brand, D Labs, all that. And then on the other side, he's trying to tend to a community that's, I don't want to say ungrateful, but the vibes certainly. And I know guys that are in DGods that they're just like, man, the Discord is it's a mess. Like the community is a bit of a mess. So
okay. I don't want to speak on this. Like I don't know the type of people in their community. I mean, I've heard things, but man, you just know some communities are not. They're not all built the same, right? Like I know the Bored Ape community does not feel like I'll say the CyberKongz community. There's just like every community has its own feel. I don't know if it's fair to say like the DGods and Utes communities are very much very degen. Is that the right way to put it? Like they have their own flavor, right? And by degen I might mean like less savvy with like the NFT space as a whole. They're more like just kind of pump.
If you would have gone into the Utes Discord when they migrated from Solana to Polygon, I think you would have had a really good snapshot of what it was like. They were like they didn't understand bridging. There weren't the OGs like the Web3 OGs that were like taking the community by its horns, stepping in for some of the team. Not to mention they're both fractured. Like you have the Utes, you have the DGods. They're not hanging out in the same space, which I don't think is an amazing idea, even though I know they are two different projects. But
and
yeah,
you still have them split across chains. Like I mean, some Utes I think are still on Polygon. I think like you have to bridge them over. Is that correct? Or did
you have to bridge from Solana to Polygon.
So how
I'm pretty sure you did. I think you did. I bought mine when it was on Polygon.
How do you get people into a project like that? Like when there's all that going on and so much, it's just like,
well, it's pumping and people are like, I want that because I think it's going to 2x, 3x. I think Frank is going to take this to XYZ. They had their, what was the thing they were doing that was almost like play and collect where the parlor points. He tried rolling that out. He had to roll that back. They've had 4 editions of arts on DGods.
He had a coin called Dust, I think, too. I think there was a thing called Dust.
Is that like their off-chain token, or is that an actual
on-chain.
Fungible?
No, it's on-chain.
Okay.
And then a bunch of the community was pissed about the W coin and not qualifying for it. So within their Discord, they launched an L coin. Basically, they they took an L.
That's funny.
That's amazing.
It's fucking crazy over there. There's like shit going on all over the place. Cross chain.
It sounds like a good time.
It does sound like a good time.
Where do I buy?
It's like going to someone. It sounds like going out to someone else's house party and someo's wrecking it, and like you don't care, it's not your house. It's like this is fun. Like we're having a good time.
I will say I don't like the DGods art, but I do like the Utes art. Like I like Utes. I think they got a look to them for some reason.
Are they the fluffy boys?
They're almost like I don't want to say like an abominable snowman, but I don't know what it's
5 years.
There's something about them. They're cool. I really do like them too.
I like.
I like the DGods as well, and I actually do like that they reboot the art and that you can choose which style you want. I don't think that should be your main selling point, which it mostly is for DGods, but I do like the different art styles.
You know what's amazing to me is that like you know, when projects are pumping and when other ones are not, like everyone's a genius. Like I remember when certain things were like kind of dwindling and then the gods was pumping, like everyone's like, fucking Frank is the fucking OG of, he's the GOAT, he's the OG. You know, now he's not doing so well. He's like, this guy fucking doesn't get it. Let's sell it off, put it to a DAO, and let's just have the community run it. You know what I mean? It's similar to like Kevin Rose, like when he was coming out with what is it called? What's his pass thing called?
Proof.
Thank you. So Proof was at like something insane, and everyone's like, Kevin's got it, dude. Like Kevin knows what's up, and like he's such a genius. He's blah blah blah. He's gonna bring us to the next level type shit. And then when it dumps, they're like, there's not a moment he can't do nothing right. So it's really quite finicky what the community chooses about who's smart, who's not, who's a fucking asshole, and it changes kind of overnight with the prices of these projects.
I have a question for Henry in this regard, because you've been here, your project has been through all of this, right? And looking back in retrospect now, like projects like Proof, like BAYC, you know, like DGods, even like, right, like they were like such hot commodities in the previous cycle. Would you say like one of their biggest cardinal sins was expanding, growing too fast, too quick? Like, did they just drink the Kool-Aid of that euphoria moment, and instead of keeping it fucking simple? Like that's one of the things that I sometimes go back on, especially being a Proof. I don't know if you knew this, Jojo, but I'm a day one Proof member and Moonbird holder. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you know, it's I don't know, man. It's one of those things that I look at and I'm like, dude, that if you would have just, you didn't have to go out and raise a ton of money and make something super complex. People were fucking happy with no promises and just the fucking pass and the conversations and the fucking network.
That's the model that works.
You didn't need to do dick, and it would be fucking flawless right now, right? Like, and but at the same time, I understand that temptation, right? Like in the heat of the moment, I'm curious, like, what did you go through there, Henry? And like, what are your thoughts?
Guys? Hang on, I fucked up. I just remember we were gonna let people call in. Keep going, and I'm gonna see if I can set that up real quick. Okay.
I want to. Okay, you will let Henry respond to that, but I want to say this kind of, you know, a lot of these NFT projects that launched were just like dudes within the community that launched a NFT and basically got multiple millions of dollars, and they're like, okay, what the fuck do I do now? I'm gonna do a roadmap, and I'm going to create a white paper, and I'm gonna like. It's almost like building the business after you get, you know, like you start the business, have no idea what you're doing, and then you're just like, okay, now it's time to build
the funds and then figure out what you're gonna do with him.
I think the expectations of so many of these projects, and to your point, Biggie, like the expectations were so much higher because, you know, think of Kongs. They cost like what, $11 when they launched a Genesis Kong. They were just art on OpenSea, 1,000 of them, and there was no Discord, there was no community. It just grew. So everything that came afterwards was realistically because there was already a community there. And it was to kind of service the community. It was like, hey, we're all just degens. Everybody's hanging out. Everybody's having a good time. Let's just keep seeing what else we could do. I think the bar was set higher with a lot of these other projects, or they set the bar higher because everybody started, you know, the meta was like, what's the utility? What's the roadmap? And all of these things started happening. And the reality is, expectations were so high that people just thought everything was going to keep going like this instead of focusing on what you really are, which is supposed to be a community, and everything else that you add to it is a bonus. But like, if your community isn't vibing, man, you're toast.
Yeah, the buzzwords were, we're going to build a metaverse. We're going to create a video game. We're the next Disney. You know, like we're all those sorts
building
of
the future of
whatever the fuck
XYZ. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So guys, I have it set up. I dropped a number here in the chat. We're gonna have to test it live because like I've never done this before. So if somebody's feeling ballsy or wants to shoot the shit and get in on this conversation too,
like you're painting. What are we like? Fucking a pack of hyenas over here?
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, whoever called up.
Yes, we kind of are.
Okay.
But yeah, again, if anybody wants to, and if you do call again, we're gonna be testing it live to make sure it even works. But it should work. So numbers out there. I'll put it up on the screen. In fact, it's all you guys.
There we go. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens.
throw a +1 on there for international callers in case they're not familiar with our country code.
Oh, they can international call?
Good call, Henry.
Mm.
I was looking at it. I was like, "Yep, we're missing that."
It's so America to say, "Oh yeah, what's going to be our dialing code? It's going to be 1 plus
Number
1.
one.
Of course.
Number fucking 1.
Number 1, baby. Where's our foam
Despicable.
finger?
We're plus 44, baby. Don't know why.
Well, yeah, Biggie, I
Hey.
think it's a great point, and I think it.
Canal Plus.
I think this next phase is going to be really interesting this next year to see like what survives, because all of the things, obviously I can mostly only speak to Kongs, all of the things we were known for became basically a meme in 22 and 23. Building community. It was like, yeah, well, everybody's got that. It's like, nah, not everybody has that. You might think you have that, and you'll find out if you have that when you lose 90% of your secondary value and see who sticks around. That's when
We
you find
just-
out if you actually have that.
Just said that with the
Mhm.
roller coaster with the gods and Kevin Rose and stuff that Joe was saying, of like you're the fucking man when the price is high and everyone's dining out on filet mignon and all this other sort of stuff. But yeah, when shit hits the fan, if your community sticks around, that's when you know you've got one. So I agree. I'm
curious,
just here agreeing.
How do you guys like picture like these things? Like if you do you ever do like visual maps or like what's your concept of a community? Like, because to me, and I wonder, Henry, if you have the same thoughts here. I think you said you were in the Coast Guard or something. I always go to like military comparisons in that regard, right? Like you have your general, you have your officers, and then you have your lieutenants, and like the circle keeps expanding until you have your citizens, right? And like I think like that part of your core team is not just people that you pay. There's like some really like people like heavy hitters that will go bat for you, right? Like that are like very much equal to employees sometimes, in like the stuff that they're ever able to leverage for you, whether they are creators outside or just great communicators and harnessers of people, right? But as you go out in the circle, you have people that are less involved, and I wouldn't call them tourists. They're like citizens, right? Like they're there because they believe in the vision. They're just maybe haven't found like the area where they're able to be most effective, or they're just passively enjoying and partaking in what you're producing. But when these like moments happen, right, Henry, and you're hit hard and your floor price crashes, that's when you see like a lot of people hit the exit routes, right? And then like your community truly tested. To me, it's like it's like almost like last man standing, right? Like if you get to the point where like you go into a community and the only people you recognize there are the people that work there, you're fucked. You are just fucked. Like that's done. It's done. There's nobody.
It's like I like the analogy. I always put it in terms of sports instead, where it's like the team is obviously like the team on the pitch. So if we talk football,
The pitch.
you know, oh right,
real football.
we're talking real football here.
Yeah.
You've got the team on the pitch, and those are the teams, those are the people that are doing it, and then you've got the fans in the stadium, and you've got those people, like you said, like the lieutenants or like those heavy hitters. You've got like the ultras who are there with a big drum and the flag, and you've got the face painted and all that sort of stuff. And then you've got people who love it and who can only show up every so often, or maybe they don't get to games that often or whatever else. And then you've got people who are just there from out of town and be like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, I'll pop along and see what's going on.
Bruv, I totally get you. You go.
Oh, fucking hell. Here he fucking goes. Right again. Jesus.
You go down, you grab the ball that's a square, right? And then you go down the hallway.
It's
and then
fucking red.
Yeah, you
The
put
ball
on
is
your
red.
sockie, you put your sockies on, and then you run down with your little burr ball, right? No, none of the things that you said made any sense to Americans.
They all make sense. Football's a real
understood
sport,
it,
God damn it.
I like
It's
that. And you have
the global
people watching
game.
on television. It's a great analogy, to be honest with you. It's a great
It has
analogy.
a lot of legs. Wait, is that
who are the
phone ringing?
referees?
They're not called referees, bruv.
It's
They're
not our
called
phone.
Jimmy Jang Jangs, brother.
Who are the referees on the pitch in this in this game?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like my analogy has fallen down there, not with what Joe's saying. With what Henry's
It's not
saying.
Gary Gensler.
Referees are up. The
He'd
referees
like to be, but yeah. It's
would
like
say-
maybe it's more like street football that everyone's watching, like in those,
Okay.
like in Brazil and stuff. Maybe it's that.
I think the
I don't
refs
know.
are the content makers, the people that host the spaces and bring people up, and we talk and we we philosophize about this shit at
Oh
now.
my God, we're the refs.
Yeah. So
We've become everything. We've become everything.
if
we
you
hate.
want to be a ref, I don't want to be a ref. Maybe
Right.
I call myself a commentator more.
Nice. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. There we go.
Maybe we're
No,
like
that makes
inside
more
the
sense.
actor studio or something.
Yeah, I think
Leave the
we're
referee into the outrage porn enthusiasts.
Also, amazing how many people have called in live into the show.
It's
shout out to
Since
to
they're
all the
looking
callers.
at us already through digital means, right?
Who
We need
that?
to put an ad out.
Huda, first time caller, long time listener.
Oh my God.
Just want to say, I totally agree with Peter. He's very smart. He knows about the pigs and the wimmies, and we want to talk about 13.7. Thank
What
you.
was I checked into NFT
scholar,
Live
thank you.
earlier while I was cooking dinner, and for some reason everyone was getting griefed about Premier League teams. And then one of the guys goes and puts a Chelsea shirt on. I was like, "What is happening?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What am I watching?"
I missed something there. I didn't understand why that even happened. So good to know.
I was
Yeah.
disgusted that it was a Chelsea shirt.
That
so I
man
just
doesn't
went
wear a
out.
shirt much, by the way. Like I caught him like putting the shirt on. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He's come on this show from his bathtub. Yeah, different kind of dude.
I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah, well, next on Monday.
I
go.
sent our phone number to a friend of mine that I know is
Yeah.
desperate to call in. He's basically started to hate and love every one of us at one point during the run of our shows. So I don't know if he's going to respond. Maybe he's busy,
cool.
but he will definitely call.
Easy, by the way. You're welcome to call tomorrow. We got to call. We got to fucking call. Hang on. Okay, hang on.
Nice. Everyone quiet.
If he's British, I'm gonna laugh.
It's a UK number. So hang on. Do you guys hear this?
Oh,
Do you guys hear this first of all?
Yo, yo.
Ooh,
Yo,
louder.
yo.
How's it going, lads? Come calling from London.
Yeah,
is,
my man.
is this not Peter? And first off, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, yeah?
Okay,
Yeah,
and
it's
then-
not Peter.
And then my friends on the show, you can all hear him as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Crystal clear.
We did
I
it.
Can
can.
you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Yes,
oh my
bro.
God, this is
I'm calling up
amazing.
to back up my London guy or
Okay.
the guy from the UK because you guys are giving him a lot of stick. So I got
I'm so sorry.
and say, yo, we got some London in the house over here. We're new to
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
NFTs yet, but I love you guys. What you guys are doing is brilliant. Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? You said you wanted to test the call. I've had to take my headphones off to make the call, but keep up the good work, guys. Your banter's brilliant. You guys have got good chemistry, whatever you're doing. I wish you lot all the best.
Man,
What's
means a
bro,
lot. Appreciate
This
that.
guy is so sexy sounding.
No
What's his
worries.
name?
No
Up.
worries. Have a lovely day, lads.
Yeah, you as well. What's
Nice
your
one, bro.
name here in
Appreciate
the
it.
chat if you want to share?
Stitch Films in the chat. It's Stitch Films. I've been watching you guys
Stitch.
the last couple shows. Like I haven't really got any NFTs, but I'm trying to get onto it. I
Man.
can't get my head around the bridging stuff and all of that stuff. But
You know?
yeah, keep it up, guys. You guys you're helping.
Well, I appreciate that a ton. Let me just tell you real quick before you bounce. The whole reason we started we were in a little group called the Non-Fungible Idiots, and the whole point of it was to share what we knew, share what we were learning, because it is so difficult, right? So please stick around, whether it's in this show or reach out in DMs. Any questions? It's something we're very
Huda.
motivated to do is help people. Yeah, Henry.
Who the first time caller into the show?
Brilliant stuff.
Get this guy's wallet address. I'm gonna
If he
send
has
him
one.
again, guy.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant
Oh, my
stuff.
goodness.
I can't hear you because I've got I've taken the headphones off to make the call.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm watching the shows and I'm loving you lot's content. Keep up the
That's
good work, guys.
appreciate it. Dude, send us a DM if
Appreciate
you
what you're
could.
doing.
Thank you very, very much.
I will,
Okay.
I will do. Have a
Awesome.
lovely day, lad. See
You
later.
too.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, bro.
Peace.
Nice one, man.
Yoda. Huda, what are you
It's-
gonna? What are you giving him, Henry?
I'm gonna send him again, guy.
Yeah, we got to give him something.
Love it.
Yeah.
I also love that the first person that called in was also British.
I think that's amazing. Dude, how cool was that? First off, yes, that he's British, and just like the
I'm
feedback
so
was
happy
so
right now.
awesome to hear. But
You
like,
really
dude,
don't know him, Peter.
well,
No, not at all.
Okay.
That makes it even better.
that was
Damn.
real. Hang on, I got to say this though. The whole, like, really, the motivation for everything, someone else is calling, but the motivation for all this was to really help new people, and
We
that
can't
was
send it to
always the goal.
voicemail. We're live. Answer it.
No, I'm answering it.
Louder.
Hang on, hang on, here we go. GMs, you're live on Inside NFTs. This is Huda.
Yo, what's up? This is Cold War from CyberCons. Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Oh my god, how fucking cool!
Cold War is a G. He's been helping Madeline, or had been helping Madeline with Pixels. So what a fucking legend he is.
Oh,
Damn.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear the guys? Can you hear all of us?
Great, guys. Yep. Well, nope. I can only hear you.
Oh, okay. You can. Okay, hang on. I can fix that. This is something we're gonna have to figure out.
We're working.
He can't
we're
hear
working
you
through it.
guys.
We're working through it.
I'm gonna try something. I think you're gonna get an echo hell, but let's try.
I will
what
talk.
happens now?
Oh, echo.
There we go. Now we're good. We're live.
But you guys get the echo on that end.
We get the echo.
Okay.
What a shit show. Come on.
We're not cut out for this, boys. Okay, I'm gonna mute them again because they're gonna no one will be able to hear. But dude, so cool of you to call in. Who did you want to give shit to? Because that really is what needs to happen here. Is it Peter?
Honestly, no, man. I can't give any shit to anybody. You see my boy Henry right there looking fresh as fuck.
Yep.
Giving a big shout out to the CyberCon community. Let's go.
Oh man.
Guys, if you don't have a Kong, buy a Kong, join the community. It's an amazing community. Let's thank these guys for running this thing. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh man,
dude.
brother, the best community. Like, it's not even hyperbole. It's the best community in all of Web3, and it has been for 3 fucking years now.
He didn't actively hate me, but the last 2 calls did.
On a serious note, thank you guys.
Well, appreciate it, and thank you. Honestly, anybody who's tuning in and listening, just supporting, showing love, just all of that. Man, thank you guys. Honestly, this is a treat for us to do. It's fun. Again, we love to give back and share what we know, and just having anybody who will give us a minute of their time tuning in, man, that's incredible. That just blows my mind. So thank
Love
you.
Guys, give these guys a call. Give these guys some love, man. They're taking their time. Give these guys a call.
Yeah, guys, like send those calls right on in. We'll answer them until we got 9 minutes to go. We'll answer them all.
Henry, how do you do the
All right, peace, brother. Ooh, man.
Ooh, that's what you got to do it like that. Ooh.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say to Stitch, yes, your MetaMask wallet is your Ethereum or EVM wallet address. So get that address, get it to one of us, send it to Trippy or Huda or me, or somehow get it to us, because I'm going to send you a Kong, a Genkai.
That's incredible.
There we go. Damn.
Nice.
Fucking amazing. Okay, so I got to think of this, and I'll do it after, but like how to get this to work so you guys can talk too.
This is a great first experience, though. Like, I think this has been great.
I think it was when
we got another call, boys.
Yeah. Phone's blowing up.
This one's gonna like me.
This one from California, guaranteed, Joe. You will get along very well.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
It's easy. I couldn't pass up not calling in on like the first call-in day.
Dude.
So I put everything on mute, hopped out of another Discord meeting for a few minutes just to put both ears here. And yeah, I've been having such a great time being able to jump in over to Inside NFTs after NFT Live, after Say What, after so it's awesome to have this super long flow.
Dude, it's never ending, and like I love that the community is like it's not merging, it's growing. It's like we all have our own little separate thing going on, but it's like, man, the crossover, it's just there and it's natural, and everybody's become such friends, right? It's beautiful. I'm very happy you called in on this first one. We couldn't wait till tomorrow, even though you're very welcome to call in tomorrow too, but it had to be this one.
Easy's like VIP. Like Easy's always here.
I'll have maybe a little more time tomorrow if we bounce some things around. But I just wanted to get in here today because it's super exciting to be bringing in the community fully. And I'll be looking forward to tomorrow to jump in with you guys a bit more.
Incredible. And by the way, on tomorrow's especially, you're welcome to come up on the stage and get on here. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want, but you're welcome to come up and chat.
I'm fully down to jump up on cam and have my full rig set up.
Okay.
So look forward to tomorrow for sure.
Let's do that. 8:15 a.m. Eastern time, Inside NFTs live with Biggie, with Henry. So yeah, dude, I'll see you there. That's incredible.
Easy. Great guy.
All right.
Appreciate you calling, brother.
The show.
See you, bro.
Peace.
Easy's the best.
Okay, we had somebody else call in. I couldn't answer it, but we'll see if that comes back.
Yeah.
Call back.
Call back.
I'm curious. Hey, do you think there'd be something there like running ads to like specific places, like to try to incite people to call, like running Facebook ads and stuff like that, targeting particular cities or particular communities?
And is brought to you by
cool.
Emma Mattresses.
Yeah.
50% off with your first order.
What do you think about NFTs?
I'm so glad you called in easy. Marty, the calls you just like with your phone. I made a Google Voice number
boy.
that just routes to my phone. If Marty calls, fucking game over.
Make sure to get your burner, Marty. Don't call and dox yourself for life.
All right, we got
I know
someone
you're
else.
inside your Faraday cage with your tinfoil hat and your shotgun.
Hang on, Biggie. Hey, GMs, welcome to the show.
Yo.
Who do we got?
It's Attila Bit Loco.
Wait, you're gonna have to say that again.
Attila Bit Loco.
He's fucking loco. Holy cow, dude. Incredible. Dude, I'm so glad you called in. Dude, this is a historic moment on the show, and we're getting all the bros calling in. This is awesome. How you doing? Great to hear your voice.
I had to be part of this first day. I couldn't let the chance pass up.
So damn cool. Do you want to give Peter shit while you're up here?
Yeah, do it. Just call him an asshole.
I'm a runestone holder, man. Be cool.
Peter's cool.
Peter is cool. You know,
Peter. Tell Joe.
Yeah.
What's up from the Northeast over here from Boston? We holding it down.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this. Henry and I grew up in New England.
No,
Born
don't
and
try
raised.
to, dude. Come on.
Yeah, so we're New Hampshire boys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, but come on,
Yeah.
dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Good old New England IPA.
That's right. Oh my God, yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, so cool of you to call in. Anything you want to get to real quick?
Yeah. No, I just want to give you guys a shout out. Keep the content coming. Lots of good quality stuff. I mean, you opened up my eyes to the sentiment. I was able to get into that.
Nice.
So you guys are already paying off.
Oh, that's so cool to hear, man. Yeah, just keep hanging with us, dude. We'll share whatever we know. That's always been the goal here, and it's just all love and just all for the vibes. And again, we'll just keep doing this. So glad you called in, man. Awesome stuff.
Oh, this sounds right now like we're part of the cabal.
Caballing, bro.
We're like,
caballing.
You can't hear them. I'm sorry. I know that this gets confusing.
We got to work
Okay.
that out.
Wait, guys. Hang on real quick. I just want to say bye to Loco. Loco, were you bouncing?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys for everything, and I didn't really have much to contribute.
No,
Got
you
it. No,
did.
hey,
you contributed, dude.
You calling in was the contribution. Appreciate it, bro.
Huda.
Thank
Yeah,
See you, brother. Bye.
Stitch, drop your address, but I don't know if you could like do a pop-up screen with MetaMask to just show him maybe like the easy way to get his wallet address.
So MetaMask won't like you can't share screen and show it. Let me think of how we can do
security.
that. Don't know how to do that. Okay. Well, if Stitch DMs me after, I'll walk him through.
Yeah.
You can just drop it in the chat. Yeah. Do I just drop my? Yeah. That
Yeah,
works.
it's safe to do your public wallet address in the chat. No one can fuck with your shit then.
I could screenshot mine just to show.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, he sounded like he was from the Boston area. I must
He
have
had
mentioned
that
that I went to
Boston
college.
accent.
Yeah, I must have said that I went to college in Boston.
You know, it's funny.
yeah,
I knew
was
your
gonna
college
ask,
story, but I didn't know it was Boston.
Did you go to college, or you grew up in Boston?
No. So I grew up in upstate New York, which is near, but well, it's sort of near Buffalo. So I kind of give Henry shit. I grew up in like the Schenectady, Albany area, and then I went to college in Newton Center, Mass, and then stayed there for a couple extra years after that. Love Boston. I did not go to a good Boston school. I went to like one of the worst schools in the world. But I met like the greatest people there. I met Gary Vaynerchuk there. That's how I met Gary. And then, like we just had a blast in Boston. So I have a lot of love for Boston, the city. And then I moved to Chicago near 2000.
Peter's like, did someone say New England?
Is it over?
New England.
Oh, sorry.
There's only one England, bruv.
Oh man. Okay.
That's
We
really
got
cool, dude. Just real quick, I lived in Boston for
Nice.
6
Dude,
years and a half
Biggie.
years also. So yeah.
damn. Didn't
I
know
love
that
that.
either.
I love the dude was like, I want to give a shout out to Joe. He's from the Boston area. Huda immediately is like, yeah, me and Henry is fucking Boston too. And then Biggie's like, yeah, I
Oh,
fucking
man.
have more ties to Boston than Joe.
Oh, you know what? I feel bad. It's honestly, it's hard to hear when that happens, but yeah, we'll figure that out.
Huda, we have to figure this out because it's really fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear them.
Really
I'd
cool.
love to hear their voices louder. They have to hear us. They need to like be able to chit chat with us and like hang out. I think that'd be amazing.
Yep. Okay. We'll figure it out one way or another. There's definitely a way to do it. I mean, like we're halfway there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
So-
we'll get it.
We got 30 seconds left. I don't know. There was a couple other topics worth mentioning. So I'm just going to throw some stuff up on screen. just one quick thing, which is the biggest mint going on right now. Ink was yesterday. That was the biggest mint. It's still pretty darn. It's big. This thing did like 20 mil in 24 hours in sales, but the Oniforce mint is still going on. I don't think this is going to get to public at all, right? Public comes in 2 hours and it's like 96% minted out, but keep an eye on it just in case. Just in case. I mean, I think there's almost no shot, but if there is, I think this mint's at 0.016 at the public, and it is probably worth doing even at that price. So just wanted to put this on your guys' radar.
When's pre-sale get dropped?
Pre-sale, you actually have to go claim it. So that I'm glad you asked that. I didn't know that till now. So that says in 3 hours, but maybe they open that up once it gets all the way sold out, right? You're going to have to go on the site and spend 1 sat to claim it. So I'll be honest, I'm a little annoyed that the process is actually more difficult for pre-sale. Like, yes, you're guaranteed it. You got it locked up early, but man, you already had to do the you had to send them you had to send them your Bitcoin. You get your ordinal after everybody else. So they're already selling on secondary and you're at the tail end of it. And then you got to go do this other transaction. I don't like it. Doesn't make sense to me. But
not cool.
I just found out it was pronounced Oni.
Oh,
yeah. Did you think it was Oni 1?
I was saying ON1 in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know, when you read a book and like you just pronounce it in your head. You never have to say it out loud.
They might say it like that in the UK though. They might call it on one or
maybe,
you know,
which would be correct because we invented the language. But yeah, you know.
fair. I love it.
Actually, the French did, but never mind. Just on ink quickly, because I got a little bee in my bonnet.
Ooh,
I love it.
How many like anime style PFPs do we need, guys? How many?
Well, with
how
the
many
whole anime
collections?
chain coming, I mean,
That's my question. Because
Bro,
like, if you've been to Japan, you understand that it's like an infinite number.
Oh, for sure.
no end
and like
whatsoever.
I'm into anime.
Henry, there we go.
Yeah,
I watched my first anime last year. Now absolutely love it.
What are you
But
into?
it's like I watched Attack on Titan last year and I've now watched it twice.
It's like
Right
into
It's
porn.
Insane.
Henry,
But I'm like, how many do we need? How many do we need? Like,
So-
it feels really derivative now.
Oniforce was one of the first, though. I have to say that. You know, Azuki came after Oniforce. Oniforce came first, and then Azuki came around and basically just wiped them out, unfortunately. But Oniforce was a really great team, great community. They had a lot of really fun stuff going on in their Discords. So, you know, I have a little bit of an affinity towards that team and that community because I felt like Azuki came in and I was like, who wants another one of these when they were the kind of Oni was kind of the original. And they kind of were they took a back seat a little bit. I mean, I don't want to say that, but like it seemed like Azuki got the shine compared to them, which I don't think was fair.
That's fair. Maybe it's my same feeling about Animoca, where it's just like if there's too much of one of what I feel is one specific thing, I feel like I want to rail against it a little bit. Maybe I'm just being contrary. I don't know.
No, I like it.
I wanted to say it. Because I saw ink and I'm like, oh, that's cool. What is it? And then I saw the actual.
There's definitely like a
drop
flood
and
of them right now, right? Like there's
Yeah.
been like quite a few. Yeah,
because I've just had
agree with
Persona on ETH as well. I mean, hell, like if it's working for people and people dig it and people want to find their own profile picture through that and that resonates with them, then fuck it, go for it. But
I mean, maybe it's because we're in NFTs and they're so prevalent now in NFTs. But I want to think that like back before then, the only time I bumped into anime fans was at a comic store. You know, that's it. Like it seems to be a lot more present in the feed, and I don't know. That's cool. I do enjoy anime, so and I do think there's good anime and crappy anime. But you know,
it's back on the community stuff, right? Like it's finding people who are into stuff that you're into. It's cool.
Yeah,
feels good.
I wonder if we're running the risk of like becoming too Kong heavy. I mean, I've been thinking about this. The outro song.
You've been saying it every day.
I know.
You talk about it, as much as anyone. No, Joe, let me just say this because we're not, because the beauty, I think the best part of the show is we lean into what it is we do and we know.
Right.
If we're Kong heavy, it's because that's what's especially with Henry. I want you to lean into stuff you know. I should be talking about Crypto Slam, experience.
You know what would be cool is if I could finish my critique of Kong before we even like start to.
Okay. Anyway, he's muted. So, anyways, Henry, can you go ahead and give us a Kongs update?
Yeah, 35 ETH legendary VX sale today on Ronin. Absolute chads over there, 3 years strong, and shit is. Oh, there he is. Frostbite. He is the Frost King. Yeah,
I feel bad,
that's
Joe.
a badass VX. What were you saying, Joe? Were you saying Kong suck?
No, I wasn't saying Kong suck. I didn't say Kong suck. I like Kongs, but do we really need the Kong's outro music? Like the name of this podcast isn't like, you know, the Kong show with the outro being the fucking Kong themes. Like the song, it's the Kong.
Until we have our own
song.
song, that's fair. We could do the eclectic one, but it's until we have something else. Like, why not? Anything else that I do, because YouTube will get us copyright, get us a strike. So there's no other choice.
I don't know, Joe. Maybe we should ask the people listening. What do they think?
There we go.
What do they think?
You guys want the Kong outro, the Kong theme song as your outro, and if you need
so
a
long,
reminder,
so long as we're like shilling stuff that we're into. Although that VX sale was pretty cool.
That's true.
Huda, can you pull up my Twitter and then jump on the Hermes Twitter that I've
you
been?
better believe it.
Oh, what's been
checking
happening
around?
with that?
Hermes.
Oh, big! I did see you, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. You jumping in. So this is kind of like the start. This is.
Oh my God! My daughter's calling. Should we take that call live?
No.
She'll kill me. She'll kill me. Okay.
Is it about the show?
No.
So Hermes is this drone that has like been discovered that is kind of linked to what we're building at Couch Heroes, but there's a lot of kind of, you know, a little little We're not really sure what he's up to just yet.
So
ooh, what is this guy?
Dude.
This little fucker.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the binary like thing that you guys were doing for a while. I didn't know you were involved, Peter. This is the first time we meet, by the way. Gee,
yeah, no, it's good to meet you, man. It's been really fun.
Can I set something up real quick as you get into this? I want to remind people, and it's something that I think is special about this show, and it's why we're trying to lean into the perspective we have. Everybody here on this stage has worked or is working in the NFT industry on some pretty significant projects. And Peter in particular has worked at NFT Boxes, at Penelope's Country Club. I think I know you're going to get insights here that you're not going to get other places, right? You're going to hear traders, you're going to hear influencers. You're getting some trader experience here too, but again, from people who work in this space and know the space, you know, the front of it, but also behind the scenes too. So I just wanted to mention that it's well worth listening to these guys when they're sharing what they know.
Yeah,
anyway,
and I think we'll always say, you know, the old NFA, do your own research, all that vibe,
right?
Because you have to say it's part of the fun. But yeah, I've been having loads of fun with this. I think Hermes started tweeting last week. Been dropping some garbled, almost like some VHS shit today.
Yeah.
But this is like bringing in. It's the start of like our marketing push for Couch Heroes. It's going to be very story driven, this side of it. He discovered memes this week, which was very enjoyable. So yeah, there's like he's learning. Is
this an AI thing?
What the fuck? What are we shilling this shit now? Come on, Peter.
Hey, I'm shilling it, baby. Yeah, we're building a whole ass video game, and I can't flipping wait. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun to kind of do that. If anyone watching wants to give it a follow, because there's more stuff coming. Maybe something that rhymes with white
hair drop. Is there something that comes with hair drop coming?
Hair drop, flight risk, whitelist, light risk,
flare crop.
You know,
flight risk. Jesus,
give it a follow.
Yeah, made me think of P Diddy there for a second. Like shit, what happened?
Is it Diddy? Is the drone Diddy the whole
Diddy
time?
drone.
But yeah, man, it's been really cool. Appreciate everyone who's been interacting so far. There'll be way more coming. And excited to share more. But yeah,
we've been
trying
to
shill
poke
into a
Peter.
minimum.
Well, dude, you don't have to, but we've been poking Peter for a year trying to get info about what he's working on. And he's like, dude, there's nobody who can keep a secret like him. I know that at this point because I've tried. And so like all of us are learning about this at the same time as you guys, and it's exciting to see. And I think all indications are that this is gonna be fucking cool. Fucking cool, right?
There's some insano stuff that I get to see on a daily basis that kind of like freaks me out and also makes me super excited. So yeah, it's I'd say it's not super degen-y, it's not super Web3. I think there'll be more to it, but yeah.
Hey Peter, I have to ask because I just have to. But were you around, or did you screw around at any point with Do Not Mint back in the day?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, okay, right on. It's very like
similar sort of vibe.
yeah, cryptic, engaged storytelling, performance art. It was very, very cool. It had tremendous potential. I don't know.
I like it, man.
still hope
Yeah, like the
somebody likes
storytelling side of things, I think is something that
You
is
want to go to
always really cool. But yeah,
you want to go to my project, Huda?
Yes.
I do.
It's on www.ticklejoesfeet for $3.
Jesus
.com.
Christ. Oh my God. End it.
Kill it, man. We're 10 minutes over. It's Good Friday, which means tomorrow is Great Saturday.
Let's hear that Kong.
Oh, dude. Miguel, that's so freaking cool. Really cool to hear that.
Horn.
Tell you what. Miguel, keep showing up. Please tune in. We'd love to get to know you, meet you here, share what we know, learn what you know. We just do this as a family together. That's the beautiful thing. So you're welcome here as part of the Inside NFT family, my friend. Great to see you, man. And everybody else who tuned in, God, that is our 8th show now. We've done 8 shows. I think they're getting better, more fun. We're getting we're getting in the zone, I think, a little bit, and it's in large part thanks to you guys that are tuning in and participating. So, with that said, hope you all have a fantastic fucking weekend here. We will be live, at least Biggie, Henry, and myself tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. Sunday, you'll get my normal morning videos, and then back all next week with the Monday through Friday show. But again, guys, hope your weekend's fantastic. Any final words, fellas?
Thank you to the callers. Sorry to Huda's daughter. Have a great weekend.
I will try to only lose reception 3 to 4 times on my drive in tomorrow.
I love it, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later.
Coming out. Nice one.
Like, subscribe, all that shit. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
What?
Yeah.
It's chaos.
Not hang up the phone and tell their client either buys or fucking